Hey guys, it's late night here at the print shop. I was installing signs at a elementary school today, window perf to be exact, and for some reason the window perf on one small section did not print right. We had the right measurements, we had the right the design files were right, but for some reason they printed not as tall as they should have been. Not sure how that happened. So it was an hour drive to get there, an hour drive back. Ugh, I'm gonna send one of my employees there tomorrow to install the missing windows. So I had to come back in and get those printed. But, well, and get one printed that didn't install very well. So here's a little bit of footage of what the perf job ended up looking like, even though it's not 100% complete. A couple of you guys seem surprised that the flatbed that we got does not have white ink. And I did do that on purpose. Obviously white ink would have been really cool on that acrylic project that I did yesterday. And honestly, when I considered white ink, really the only thing I was thinking about was, you know what, it'd be cool for glass, but maybe that's about it. Well, yesterday I had an opportunity to knock out some rugs really quickly for a client. And I was like, ooh, I could do it on the flatbed. And then I was like, oh, I don't have white ink. So yeah, that would have been kind of cool. I have a friend in a neighboring county that has 4 of these Mimaki flatbeds. And one of them is a white ink flatbed. And he has been trying to get me to buy his white ink flatbed so bad because the white ink, number one, is super expensive. It has an expiration date, so if you don't use it, you got to throw it away. You have to keep it running through the system so it doesn't get clogged up, because you know white ink has a lot of metals in it, and it's dense and it's heavy and it's got to be used. And so there's a lot of issues with white ink if you don't use it, and there's a lot of expense associated with that. So he's like throwing away thousands of dollars worth of white ink every couple months, and so he's willing to get rid of his machine very cheaply. So if you want one, I know of a Mimaki flatbed that could be had for cheaper than you could normally buy it for. But I just didn't want to go through that. I know there'll be some instances where I wish I had it, but for now, I just have dual CMYK. One issue I'm having with this thing, and you can see I've taped this up a little bit just to help with cleanup on my bleeds. I got a big tape for the 8x4. I got a small area here for 18x24, and I got a bigger area for 24x36, which we were having to do all those today. One issue with this thing is I'm getting zero suction in this front area right here. This thing is brand new. I've only had it like 2 weeks, and there's no suction in the front right here. So when I lay down an 18x24 piece of yard sign, for those people that only want 1 or 2 yard signs, you know, it's not sucking down to the thing. So I can't place it here in the corner. I have to move it up and place it here. And so it's a new machine. I don't know what the deal is with that. I'll show you what the suction hoses look like underneath. So here's the corner of the table, and there is suction right near that section, like to the left of that section that's not getting sucked in. So it's like, it's working well this way, but it's not working well this way. So there's 4 zones throughout this thing that hoses are hooked up to, and something's going on. So I don't know if that's a service call. I've let my guy know, but As soon as he leaves the place, yeah, they become hard to get a hold of, which is quite annoying. Another issue I'm having is with my JV100 8 color, we have the 600 millimeter refillable with a bag of ink cartridges. I've always been used to using these SS21s, which you just throw away. These only have 440 milliliters in them. Those have 600 milliliters in them, and they're the same price. Actually, those are a smidge cheaper, and you get more ink, and I had no freaking clue because I just wasn't trained on that. And so you can see here, I've switched over these, so I'm gonna stop using the SS21s because it's foolish to be using those. I mean, this is still SS21 ink, but it's the bags. But you can see this right here, it wants you to open it up and fold the bag over a little bit so that it can squeeze the juice out a little bit better. But then it wants you to enter the weight. But I don't know how. Here's what's throwing me. Here's what it looks like. Okay, so ink cartridge check. Magenta and cyan. I've pulled them out, I've done the thing. What do? I press enter? Enter doesn't seem to be right because I press enter. No? None of those do anything. Select? Enter? Is it in a menu somewhere? I mean, it just... Feed comp? No, I don't want feed comp. Like, oh, local. Okay, set the ink pack as shown. And enter the cartridge weight, okay? I've done this part. I did that. Okay, so enter the cartridge weight. Like, how? Like, do I? All right, so this is one in question here. Take it out and then put it in. And then come over here, ink cartridge check. So what do I do? Like, okay, 40% ink cartridge check. 1. I can't navigate anywhere. Enter, enter, enter. Dig through the manual. I don't know. If y'all know what to do, what I'm doing wrong, please, I'm all ears. It's getting way too late. I got to get up early and do another perf install at another school. So I'm going to end this video here. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for listening to all the troubles I've been having today. And if you have any ideas for me below, I would certainly appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.